Hello, and welcome to another episode of Good Time Gal. I'm your host, Caitlin Peluffo. I don't know why I'm doing this all with my hands. Anyway, thank you for watching the show, listening, watching and listening. You're doing both, or you're just listening, which is also great. Thank you for doing that too. You're enough. I am very excited for this episode. We have Aminah Imani, who is so funny. We just had the best time, didn't we, Fonz? She's so great. Super funny. Another sober person. So she's got a yarn or two, which is very fun. And you can follow her on Instagram at Aminah Imani. Instagram, TikTok, I think she said all of it, social medias. So do that. She's also got a solo show coming up at Sesh. So go to her Instagram to check out those dates. She said March 26th. Look at that. We're plugging. Follow me at Caitlin Peluffo. Follow the pod at Good Time Gal Pod. Let me know what you like and what you don't like about the podcast. That way the people who are listening get more of what they want. Huh? I'm trying to cater this to you, baby. I don't know. Direct eye contact with the camera is very uncomfortable. But anyway, so send me a note. Thank you so much for listening. Come see me live. CaitlinPeluffo.com has all the tickets available for where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in Michigan, Ann Arbor, and Grand Rapids. I'm going to be in Philly, San Francisco, Sunnyvale. I'm doing one-nighter in Arlington Draft House, in DC. I'm going to be in Tulsa. I'm going to be in Kansas City. I'm literally going everywhere. So come see me. Come play. Thank you again for listening, and please enjoy Aminah Imani. I laughed so hard. Okay. Goodbye.
He sent me some. We both sent each other pictures, and the pictures he sent me, I was just like, she was ripped, and she got like thick thighs, and I was like, okay.
Send you pictures of yourself?
We both sent each other pictures of what we want each other to look.
Oh, why would you do that? That's crazy. That's just setting yourselves up for failure.
No, I don't think so.
I want you to look. This is my standard.
Not a standard.
God.
We are rolling, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That is wild.
It's not a standard. It's just a fantasy, I guess you could say, like a preference.
A preference?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh my God.
Obviously, like you don't have to because we're here, right?
Yeah.
But I just want to be honest about what I want.
I mean, that's wild. You know, it's funny, like Steve, my fiance, I found his like porn, whatever he watches, and the woman looked like me. And I was like, God bless.
Yeah.
I was literally so proud. I was like, oh my God, she has cellulite.
Yeah.
And this guy's sending you like a ripped like boxer. No, thank you.
She is thick in the gym.
Yeah.
Squats and lunges. I said, okay. Maybe.
Like, what a nice idea.
Maybe. Now I know.
Yeah, that's too much. I would hate it if Steve sent that to me. I'd be like, oh, I hope you die in a fire. Like, I will not have your children. Jesus Christ.
Well, I just feel like, right, if you're living in a life of progress and always wanting to improve.
Oh my God. You're all about self-improvement and self-care, and I can't.
I'm just saying, you know, reach for the stars. You hit the moon. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but those are his stars. Those aren't your stars.
Well, I feel like because it's reciprocal, like if it was just one-sided, then maybe I'd be like, oh, you tripping and throw it to the side. But it's like, I want something too. So
I guess that's fair. Yeah. That's fair. You did send him.
Right.
What was it? Jonathan
Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
This is what you should aspire to look like.
Now, in Creed, is he the boxer or?
He's the villain.
He's the villain.
Because Michael B. Jordan
a bad
is
boy.
Is the I guess the hero or the person that we are rooting for, and then he comes back and he's like, remember in elementary school you stole my life. He's that guy.
Oh, he's bitter McGee, huh?
Yeah, coming back for revenge.
Okay. You're like popcorn.
Reggie told me a girl tweeted, "I'm bringing my rose to go see Creed 3." Just in my rose. So yeah, I mean, listen, two fine black men. I'm excited.
If only they would kiss at the end, huh?
They look friendly enough, you know.
Well, I mean, at least in boxing, you know that they're gonna do that hug thing because they're both gonna get tired and they're just gonna put their sweaty bodies against each other.
We'll see. Usually it ends brutal. You know, in movies they always try to be
that's
dramatic.
true.
Like,
That is-
he
it's-
almost died, and then it's them coming out in the little hospital bed.
Yeah. That's true. That's
we'll see.
true.
We'll see what's going on.
I'm good. Aminah Imani. Thanks for doing the podcast. Welcome to the show. This is fun. Oh, yeah, this is Good Time Gal. I don't know if I told you what this podcast is about.
No, but I kind of figured good time.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're about to have a good time.
Well, that's what I'm
Jonathan
hoping.
Majors is going to give you a good time.
Yes, we'll see. I'm going to see Creed. Are you interested in them? What kind of movies are you interested in?
I am interested in whatever.
Okay.
Like I don't really have time.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you make time? You have to make time to do this kind of stuff.
I like watching TV shows.
Yeah.
I like that. Like I'm watching The Last of Us.
Okay.
That's great. Do you watch that? Zombie?
I've given up TV.
Okay.
So but not at first it was I meant to do it. It was intentional.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like a habit. Like I'm either trying to journal, read.
Look at
I'm trying to navigate this career and then I make time to have fun. So I've been in the movies more than watching TV shows and stuff, but I'll catch a few episodes here and there, but I used, like during the pandemic, that's when everybody feel like picked up a show or a few shows. I was watching a lot of shows, and then things just like we get busy, so you got to pick and choose. So I haven't really been into any shows yet.
I've gone to the movies where like I'm on the road and I got nothing to do for 6 hours and I'm in like Idaho. I'm like, oh, I'll go see a movie. Yeah, that's nice. The last time I went to see a movie, I went to see Babel.
Oh, okay.
Because I had like a 4-hour gap in between shows. I had like a show at like 9 and then the next one was at 12.
And that's the thing about movies too. You really do got to have a lot of time. These movies are really...
I left before the ending.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm going to miss my fucking spot. And I'm at the end of this movie that didn't make any sense. Babel? Yeah. Don't go see Babel.
Right.
It's bad. Okay? It's bad, but you see a lot of titties. So if you don't have the internet and can't look up titties, then go fucking watch Babel. Yeah. But it was so bad. And then I'm literally waiting for it to end. I had to Google what's the ending of Babel as I'm walking to my spot.
Yeah, see.
It was a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
It's traumatized me. I'll never go see the movies again.
Yeah, a lot of movies are very long. Avatar was like over 3 hours.
You saw Avatar?
Yes, I did. Everything, All at Nothing at Once, that movie or something like that. That was pretty long.
All at Nothing at Once. All Nothing Everywhere, whatever, dead.
They're I feel like they get a budget and they're like, let's do everything, and they instead of cutting stuff, they like, no, keep it. And so we gotta watch all of that. And that's how most of these movies has been. I
tried to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Jesus
I know
Christ.
you're about to mess it up.
Tap. All that shit at the same time. I almost watched that movie. I was watching that movie on the plane, and then halfway through, the plane media system broke down. And so I never know anything ends.
It was just good aesthetically, I think. I don't know about the ending being that great. Sometimes with all of that goriness and weird stuff going on, at the end I don't think it's never fulfilling. It's never like, oh, this was a good ending. And it was kind of cheesy for me. But
okay, all right.
Yeah, but
that's why the name didn't stick.
Right. Everything's something you
everywhere
people
for whatever, and then they died. I don't know. So where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Well, I was born in Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh.
Because my family at the time was in Newport, but me and my twin sister needed a hospital with a doctor who could deliver twins, so we were born in Providence, and then we moved to New York, where my family originally migrated to. They're from Panama, and then we moved to Atlanta when I was 2. So I was raised in Atlanta from 2 up until college.
In college?
Yep. Then I went to D.C., graduated from college, Howard University, shout out to HU. And then I started comedy, and then I moved to New York, and I guess I'm finishing comedy.
Still studying.
Yeah.
In the middle of getting a doctorate. At least that's how much money I put into it.
Long time coming. But at this point, it's like you have nothing else to do. So it's like, it has to happen.
Yeah.
And
I am ill-prepared for anything else.
There's no plan B.
100%.
Yeah, it's just like I got to keep going and doing it.
Yeah. The other day I had like a self-made pregnancy scare.
Oh.
Yes.
Not self-made.
Well, it's self-made because I have an IUD, but I don't. It's they say it's good for 7 years, and I'm at year 6, and I was like, so it would be my IUD. That's just like, I'm gonna fucking quit early.
Yeah.
So I went through, my brain was like spiraling, and then I was like, what would I do? I would have to, because I know. Now I say this, and you have a
and
child.
I have a kid, and you saw me, and I'm like, whew.
I would I go into real estate? What would I do? Because this is inconsistent.
And that was the one misconception that I kind of had.
Yeah.
I was early on as a comic, and I got pregnant, and that's the first thing I told myself. I was like, you can't do comedy anymore. You have to get a full-time job. You gotta be responsible. Just all of these, ridiculous stipulations of me trying to suppress who I am just because I'm a mother, and it doesn't work that way. To even set an example for your child, you wanna follow your heart and gain that autonomy over your life too, to show them that whatever they think is possible will come to fruition. So
Jesus Christ, put it on a card.
Yeah.
God damn, that was good. Did you get that? Yeah. Holy hell! I'm gonna put that on my whiteboard. I'm not gonna lose my autonomy because I'm a fucking mom.
Yeah,
Fuck off, kid.
Yeah. You let that kid know.
I
will. Doing it for us.
Yeah. You're welcome, you little shit. Mommy's gotta go.
So no, you just make it. Anything is possible when you think it is. So you just gotta make it work. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you. Thank you for that. Because it turns out, not pregnant.
Good.
So
Good. Congratulations.
Got a little more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like I went through this whole spiral, and I was like, I literally have no other skills except for like handyman work, and I'm okay at that.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I want to be a handyman? I'm not gonna be a fucking handyman. So anyway, we worked it out. We're doing okay.
Okay. Good.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and you'll be fine.
And also it would all be fine.
Yes.
No matter what.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. I made this about me. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Where are you from? I was almost pregnant. I loved it.
I have to talk about it. Just wildly upset. I've been waiting to talk about it.
But comedians do that all the time. Be like, what are you working on? So I'm working on. And it's literally, we just throwing out a question so we get, that's what we do on stage all the time. We're never trying to get to know the audience.
Yeah.
We're only trying to get to the laugh, just to let y'all know. That's the secret.
Yeah. How long have you been together? Okay. Well, I'm about to end. No.
Right.
Oh, okay. So Atlanta.
Yes.
I feel like you were a hip kid. Were you a hip kid?
No.
Okay. Wow.
I
seem
not.
to have offended you.
No. Well, I mean, I wish I was. That's why I say it like that. I feel like that's probably why I'm trying to be a comedian now, because all of the trauma of being a loser. No. I was not a hip kid. I was actually I was just rough around the edges, ashy. I was on a swim team. So,
that's nice.
I had a lot of hair issues.
Hair issues?
Yeah. Swimming in hair
I see.
as a black woman just didn't mix during my day. Now, they got different swim caps and, different technologies and stuff.
Okay.
And it might be a little easier, different conditioners, but when I was growing up, it was dry. It was really dry for me. So,
as an Italian, I immediately thought of my bush.
Okay.
Because that's where we have the hair issues. Yeah, in a swimsuit. And I was just like, oh, she got a full bush. Okay, I did too. I was probably spilling out of that Speedo.
No, it's just like every time you white women, y'all get in the water and you go in the water and then the water come in, your hair slick back. And you come out and you do
we
a
Little
nice
Mermaid.
Right. A black woman, when I was coming up, you get out the water and your hair be like, and it ain't no nice sweet music to your hair whipping around and bouncing back. It's So no, I wasn't the cool kid, but I had a twin sister, so that kind of made me interesting.
Yeah.
And more acceptable. But I think that I was a little tomboy, so I was the homie a lot. But as far as I was teased a lot for my hair and being ashy, so that's why I don't really feel like I was the cool kid. But I had friends because my twin sister, people attracted themselves to us, and then I was on a team. I was in a band.
Ooh, what'd you play?
I played the baritone, the clarinet, and I was in the cymbals. I was in the percussion section.
Oh,
yeah,
woman who can do it all.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Jack all trades, master of none.
Triple threat. Why don't we call it a triple threat?
Okay, yeah, because that sounds sad.
Yeah, you did. You almost cried.
Like,
triple threat, Aminah. It's all about spin.
No, yeah. Well, I did a lot. So I was a lot athletic, I would say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say cool. I would say more athletic, and team player type of individual. So always into something.
Yeah.
Growing up.
So this podcast is about drinking, drunk stories.
Oh.
It can also be about drug stories. It's basically whatever you've embarrassed yourself with alcohol or.
I'm almost 2 years sober. So
Hey!
I have tons of.
That's great. I mean, but it's also just like you don't have to share it. Whatever. I should have said this before the podcast.
Right.
But here we are.
No, it's fine.
Pressure's on, Aminah. No, there's really no pressure.
It's fine. Who hasn't been drunk? Who hasn't?
I know.
Embarrassed themselves and if you haven't, good for you. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Yeah.
But yeah, so lots of drugs and drinking.
In high school? Did it start in high school?
No, I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And I think that was the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't want to promote early on activities, but I just feel like when it's suppressed,
yeah.
It's like shaking a soda can.
Yeah.
At the end, you got a mess. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did not start drinking until I was a freshman in college.
Yeah.
I did not drink up until then. It was with my swim team. I went to school on a swim team and scholarship. And actually I made it through the season. We competed from like September to like April.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like majority of the year.
Yeah.
And then after the season ended, it was like turn up. And I remember getting to a swim party, which is crazy, right? Showing up to a swim party and they're like, it's only alcoholic beverages from this point on. If you walk in this door, you can't drink nothing but alcohol. And that was like my first experience drinking.
Oh.
And I was breakdancing in the middle of the floor. It's like when you drink to that point, you start experiencing skills you never knew you had. Like who knew I was a trained professional streetcar dancer? Who knew? Who knew I could spin on my elbow with my legs in the air?
Really? You did that?
Ridiculous. Like at least that's what I thought I looked like. You got to ask somebody else for the reality of the story.
Trying to do a handstand.
Right.
It's just a bad cartwheel, breaking tables.
But I was the life of the party.
Yeah.
And then from then on, it was up.
Yeah.
And we were drinking. And so it was next thing you know, it was drinking with the family, drinking in the dorm, drinking. That was my little side ambition.
Yeah.
Outside of being an athlete. So when we could and when
Mm-hmm.
we weren't training, it was like, let's turn up.
So you were able to keep it separate and keep it responsible.
Yeah. Up until I left and it was no more swimming. And it was just me and liquor.
Yeah. Swimming and liquor. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, because when we went to school for a scholarship, it was like, this is your job.
Yeah.
So you have to train. You have to, prove yourself. You have to keep your scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was our responsibility. And then after that, it was just like, just me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have no
me
job
in New York
anymore.
City.
Yeah.
It was me in New York City after college.
Really? Right after college?
New York City and comedy
after
college. So you can only imagine. And I was young and just green and at one point I didn't even know my drink. I remember people used to come up to me and be like, What are you having to drink? I was like, Heineken, like real weak. Amaretto sour. Just real.
Oh my God, amaretto sour.
And then after a while I was like, vodka straight, vodka tonic, tequila. Whatever you're drinking. It was like insane.
Yeah. Can you inject it? Just inject it. Just right in the neck.
Pictures of bottles going in my mouth.
Yeah.
I posted a picture for my 22nd month sobriety celebration or whatever. I posted a picture of me sleeping next to a toilet in my bridesmaid's dress at my sister's wedding.
How long ago was that?
22 months ago. And my niece shared me that photo, which was wild.
Oh, man.
She's like, Auntie. I was like, that is terrible. But that was us. We were drinking Hennessy and champagne. Starting at like 10 a.m. I think we started getting our makeup done at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And we was just like turning up the whole time.
Was your sister also participating?
Oh, yeah. Everybody. We all had a good time. And that night I was a hot mess too. So they hired a DJ to host the what is it? The banquet
or the reception?
The reception. Thank you. Yes. So they hired a DJ to host the reception, and he chased me around for a good 30 minutes for the mic because I was on the mic. We had my sister's wedding. Everybody turned up. We needed this party. What pandemic? We lit, y'all. Just and everybody's chasing me like, hey, he wants to do his job. And I'm like, we good. I got it. Where my ladies at?
I'm a professional comedian.
Right.
You shouldn't even
You shouldn't even hired him. Why? I can do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's how I get when I drink.
Yeah.
Very aggressive. Very aggressive. I'm talking to you this close. I'm spitting in your face. Everything is passionate.
Yeah.
And dramatic.
Yeah. I get very similar. I get very like, oh, I'm gonna get to know you.
Yeah.
So I'll sit real close and I'll black out and I'll just look at you and be like, how's your mother? No. Is she okay? Let's talk about it. Did she ever hurt you? You have some trauma? Let's talk about it. And then the next day I'll be like, I'm really glad we talked. And I'm like, oh, shit.
You don't remember a
I just
thing.
Oprah'd you. I'm so sorry. I did the drunk Oprah.
Yeah, that's it. Do you get drunk to the point where you have to call people to piece together the night?
Oh,
like
yeah.
you don't remember any of it, so you're just calling around like, so
I'll send text messages. What happened?
Well, yeah. Let's
just tell me what happened. And then by the time I was in my 30s and I was still doing that, I was like, oh, we better check out some stuff because my friends were like, you really don't remember? And I'm like, okay, enough with the judgment. Okay. And then you get to your 30s and you're like, I'm judging me now. Okay. I see how this is something
you wake
that
up in your street clothes and your boots still laced up and
yeah.
you're like, oh, wow. Not one of these nights.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I did that. I did it. And then you're like in denial. You're like, well, maybe I got roofied. And I was like, or maybe it was the 27 drinks you had.
Girl, because you can never stop though. Sometimes you can never not when it's like an open bar or it's like one of those long nights where you got to talk to large groups of people.
Yeah.
And the only thing to do and kind of, help subside through that is the drinking is to so yeah I've had some fun times though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I talk about drugs. I don't talk about drugs it didn't ruin my life. It was just a huge distraction. That's what I would call it.
What kind of drugs, if you feel comfortable?
Oh no, I mean, so I did weed a lot. I did weed a lot. I did mushrooms before. That's it. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
One time I was handed acid, and that's when I was like, hey, you gotta stop. You gotta. Because when somebody comfortably hands you acid, they already thought you did acid. Yeah. And it's like, I didn't even do acid, but I read you. Thank you for letting me know how you see me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stop it right here. Thank you.
I see and I understand the subtext to your gift.
Yes.
I'm going to hand this right back
but just
to you.
Lots of edibles to the point where I was like making my own edibles in the house, which was fun, by the way.
Yeah.
Melting the butter, bacon, and then eating it, getting high, getting hungry, eating it again, getting more high.
Was that your pandemic outlet?
One of them. I did, like for two of the holidays, I would get together with a friend and we would make and bake edibles. Yeah, that was just the thing. And then during the pandemic, I actually was like, I had a hookah. I would smoke weed. I had a bong, and then I would do. They had like this botanicals. Like a pink grapefruit vodka. Yeah. So I would do that with some tonic. Because I was like, after a while, I was just like, well, I don't want the calories, but I want the liquor. Yeah. So I was doing vodka tonic all the time. So that was me in my house, sipping, smoking, and having some hookah. And that's when I was like, hey, it looks like a strip club in here. How do you feel about that? Like, you know how to light a hookah. Yeah.
That is true. What a skill. That's what you could do.
Be a hookah girl.
Be a hookah girl.
Yeah.
Seems lucrative. I'm joking.
Oh my goodness. No. Well, actually, I would, if I had to fall back on something, it would probably be like I could be a swim instructor.
Yeah.
Or a swim coach.
Well, I mean, Howard is such a good university.
Yeah.
So I imagine sports, they have a good sports department.
It was
D1?
okay. Yeah, they're D1, and they're actually much better now. They actually went viral. The men's swimming team just won their conference.
Wow.
And which is a huge deal because when I was there, it was on its last leg.
Oh, really?
So now to see it revitalized, it's like
Mhm.
trending videos of like everybody at the swim team like it's a football game.
Really?
Yeah, and everybody's
That's
like,
fun.
was this how it was when you went there? And I was like, no, it was not. They called me a linebacker. That's what
They called you a linebacker?
That's what my friends said. We look like linebackers, and nobody was at our meets. It would be like our 3 little friends sitting in the front, like, yay, we're here for you. When I went to Howard, people was like, Howard has a swim team? That was the question. I'm like, yeah, I'm here on the swim team. Howard has a swim team? Teachers.
Really?
Everybody. Nobody knew. And I was just it's good to see that things are better for them now.
Yeah.
They don't have to question it.
You were a part of the build.
Yeah, we had to crawl so y'all could walk.
So yeah, you could be a swim instructor.
Yeah, I could do something in swimming, but comedy has my heart. So I'm like,
you're not going to need to do anything in swimming.
I did though. I was a swim instructor up until I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a really bad attitude when I was pregnant, and the lady brought me into the office and she was like, hey, your attitude. And I was like, what attitude? And they didn't hire me back, and that was that.
Well, I'd be a little cranky if I were pregnant as well.
Oh my goodness. It was all of that weight and just hormones and just even having to work was just raggedy.
Yeah.
And then the kids was like, where's your husband? It was like a whole bunch of rich kids on the Upper East Side. So where's your husband?
You're like, I murdered him and I'm about to murder you. So shut up.
How are you pregnant with no husband?
Oh,
ask your mother.
It's not for me to tell. Yeah. Marriage is just a contract. Okay.
Girl. But kids so innocent. And they're not. But
that's true.
Definitely felt bullied.
Ugh. Well, let's go light them all on fire.
So yeah, that's where the drinking started. And now I don't drink. I choose not to drink, and I choose not to smoke. I miss weed the most though.
Yeah.
I do. That was, but the eating with the weed was the issue for me.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I remember I burnt my whole mouth.
What?
I had got so high. You know how you get hungry to the point where and they're like, they bring out your food and it's hot. They tell you it's hot. And you don't listen because you high and you hungry. I took that. It was a veggie burger. I took it and stuffed, y'all, my whole, the skin was peeling off at the top of my roof. And for a whole week and some change, every time I ate, it was like, it was painful just because so that's when I knew drugs. After a while, it's I was like, I'm going to just do weed on Saturdays. And it was like, you have no control in this situation.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that because I stopped liquor for a while, and then I was like, I'm gonna just smoke weed. I'm gonna just be California sober, right? Mm-hmm. And then it was like life was like no. I
was like no.
It was bad. I was popping Tylenol for a week because it was it was that bad. It was that bad. It was stupid. So
yeah, but I also do that when I'm sober and not high. I'm just is it hot? Your definition is hot is different from my definition.
And then you burn.
It's so bad. Especially if a man tells me, "Oh, it's hot," I'm like, "Oh, is it?"
Yeah.
And you just think my little lady face can't handle it. Screw you. Eat it, make eye contact. I'm like,
right.
If I swallow it, I will die. But yeah, no, I also haven't. I have issues. So
yeah, we all do. We all do. I did mushrooms in Mexico.
In Mexico? What a risky time to do mushrooms.
I was with my friends. We had an Airbnb. We went to the beach. It was a nice time. And we wasn't doing too much. Just a little, a little piece by piece. And it was fun at first. We was laughing. I was spitting out water. We was crying, just cracking up. And then next thing you know, I flipped and I was paranoid. And I was like, they're watching us. And they was trying to ask me regular questions what do you want to eat? And I was like, I'm not answering anything. This is a setup. Look to your left. Look at that person. They got on jeans on the beach.
That is suspicious.
Those are the feds. I turned into, it was ridiculous. I don't even know what case I was solving. But in that moment, in that time, I was like, shh. Don't go to the bathroom alone. And then it was time to pay for our check. I was like, walk with your card. Don't make eye contact with anyone. It was terrible. I was like, they know where we are, what time. They know the driver coming to get us. I was like, someone's at our Airbnb right now.
Aminah, what do they want? Are you about to get taken? Oh, God. That's so funny. I would be suspicious of someone wearing jeans on a beach, though. That's
right?
crazy.
And tennis shoes. What is that about?
What are you doing?
So you know what? I do really feel like they weren't. I do feel like they may have not been the feds and watching us, but I do.
They might not have been the feds. Yeah, I don't think they were the feds, but I think it's suspicious, but they're definitely not the feds.
But I think they work there. And I think, so what happens is, like, I think they have people that they kind of just place there to, like, make the spot look a little full or something. I don't know. But it was weird because I was just like, where's your bag? We brought food. We brought drinks.
Yeah.
Like, where's your towel for the cabana? Like, it's just, and you just
probably
out
just
here.
Some guy on break being like, I got 30 minutes before I have to go back to my shitty job. I'm going to look at the ocean, which is the reason I'm here in the first place. Just walking and you're just like, you're the fucking cops. Get away from me.
What do you need? What do you want from me?
Yeah, what do you want from me? So I want a little peace in my life. I want to feel some joy, get some vitamin D, and you're like, you're out here to get us. He's traumatized. I get 30 minutes a day for me.
It was a mess. But we had a good time. We ended up skinny dipping at our Airbnb. Yes, it was fun.
You're that comfortable with your body to skinny dip?
Technically I've skinny dipped my whole life. I don't think that first of all, I grew up in a large family. I'm the youngest of 7.
Wow.
Privacy was never a thing for me. It was never like my mom and dad, I feel like we saw them all the time, butt naked. Like it's a small house with a lot of people.
Yeah.
We don't do robes. It's not so and then I was on a swim team. And so in the locker room, it just wasn't the culture to, be all. I mean, of course, you weren't like sitting around like, oh, show me your shit. But it was just, it wasn't stalls that you went into and pulled a curtain. It was just like you got dressed right there. And then I was on a bike riding team too, and we camped outside. We used to camp and had tents, and some of the restrooms were like communal showers where you know how they have the showers, but it's like just open. It's no curtain. So I just feel like growing up, it was never a time that you couldn't really be comfortable about your body. So yeah, that's just the nature.
That's wild.
So so I don't even know if I am I comfortable, or is it just natural for me to just be like, I'm free, whatever.
Well, that is comfortable.
Yeah,
that's like you're comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, because I be in the mirror like, I mean, you could use a BBL. You can use a little tummy tuck. You can use a little lift, a little tissue. So that's why I'm like, what comfortable mean? I mean, you can do little enhancements. But
because I've never been naked in front of my friends.
Oh, okay.
But I went
which
to
is
college.
weird to me because I remember I had a friend and I was like, I don't ever hear you showering, and not saying that I have to have that.
I don't hear you shower.
But I don't know, like, it just was weird, like, because most of my friends, it's like either I'm in the bathroom at the sink, or you know what I mean, not like I'm using the sink in there in the shower.
Yeah.
So I had this one friend for a long time. I remember saying all the time, like, I never know you to shower. And I know that sounds weird to say, but I was just like, how can we be close? How can we be close if I don't know when you're showering, if you in the shower? I have never seen you in the. It's never been, oh, she's in the bathroom right now. That's weird to me.
Yeah, I would never. I'd never be like, Jordan Jensen, can I watch you shower? I need to make sure that you shower.
I'm going to need a session.
That would be wild. Yeah, I never grew up with that. Like, we were all very like, even because I played soccer. Okay. And we were I was in it for a year in college, and then I discovered drinking, and then got kicked off. Okay, I wasn't able to handle it. But like,
so
even
you did soccer in college?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. For like how long?
For 1 year, and then I was on the club team for 3.
Okay, got you.
But I could only do anyway, it doesn't matter. People have heard me say this a million times, so I'm just, cool. Running through. But like in the locker rooms, I never saw anyone naked.
Wow.
Never. Everybody was sports bras, and then they'd go to take a shower, and then they would like shower in their own space and like change in their own space. It was never.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've ever. I think when I went to the bathhouse, there was a woman who was naked, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
but I was like,
that probably would have been me.
Yeah,
that probably would have been me, just prancing around.
Yeah. Oh my God, I would have been like,
with a towel over my head.
Yeah.
Lotioning.
I admire that greatly. I don't know if I was like, oh, I gotta fucking.
Right. You're one of those that's putting the panties on and
with
on top of the towel.
Yes.
Putting your bra fastening. I'm like, girl, bye.
Boobs, I don't care.
Yeah.
Boobs, I don't care. It's the bottom half. It's just, I don't know. It's a little too much. Even though I've been naked on the internet for years.
But also, like, if you staring, that's your issue. I'm doing what I need to do.
That's true.
I'm doing what I need to do to get dressed.
That's true. It's my own shame I am perpetuating onto other people.
You gotta chill. Nobody looking at you. And if they are, enjoy the show.
See, that's the thing. I would never be like, enjoy the show. I'd be like, she thinks I have huge nipples. She thinks my nipples are gigantic. And now in my 30s, I'm just like, well, my nipples are kind of big.
Yeah, you just gotta embrace it.
Yeah.
And that's
large.
They'll come in handy at some point.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When I'm trying to have that kid I don't want.
You said,
Jesus.
Not that I don't want.
Well, right now.
Yeah,
right now.
Right. Okay. Cool,
Yeah. Well, we're wrapping up.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Are there any stories we didn't get to? Any fun, embarrassing, silly, fun time stories?
I don't know. I've thrown up a lot.
Yeah? You're a thrower-upper?
I am.
Where's the weirdest place you've ever thrown up?
Weirdest?
Or just like unprecedented?
In an Uber. On a
Uber?
date. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yep. He took me to a holiday party for his in place of employment, his job.
Oh, how long were you guys dating?
I don't even think it was long enough. I want to say maybe some months. So that's his fault.
That's on him. Yeah, he doesn't know how you're going to act in these situations.
It was open bar. I turned up. I left that party. First of all, I think I added, say I met like 20 people. I added 18 of them on Instagram that night. Like I was working the room. Okay.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew me. Like I worked there.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, time to go. And I was like, you're not my father. It's time to turn up. And it was. So finally it's like, all right, we leaving, because I do start feeling dizzy, and then I'm in the Uber just letting it have it, and it was just so embarrassing. And we didn't make it, and it was funny, like,
you didn't make
we didn't, and a year later, right, she's like, oh no, a year later, I was talking to one of his friends, and he was like, to be honest, keep this between me and you, but he thinks you have a drinking problem. And I was like, I could see what he.
I understand where he's coming from.
He might, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a little, not a lot, but like, I was doing too much. So I'll never forget that. That's honestly, once he said that, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, yeah, you was at that holiday party acting a fool. It's the worst when you bring somebody to an event and everybody's like, do they work here?
Yeah.
Like, what is their position? What do they do?
Yeah.
And it's a +1 situation. And
boy.
Yeah. So, but other than that, it's just always drink. I really don't even, I talk about this I don't remember what I was doing. I just know it was thrilling. It was exciting. Mm-hmm. It was freeing, and I was lit. Okay?
Yeah.
It's all a blur.
All a blur. Yeah, I would say that too. It's like, I have a few like big stories, but then other than that, it's just like, it's a lot of just being an idiot.
Yeah, and then you look back and you're like, what was wrong with me? And it was like, you were drunk.
You were drunk.
That was the first time I was in love, drunk in love. That was it.
Yeah.
That relationship was a lot of.
Oh, I got a few of those.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you was just like, it was the liquor. It really was. Yeah. It really, really was.
Yeah, I had that, and I was just, I was with this guy. I was like, you lived in a storage unit. You slept on an air mattress in the basement of your uncle's house. Yeah, I dated a guy who was visiting from Europe. There was 20 people staying in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I slept with that guy on his air mattress next to like 3, like I think it was like 8 other air mattresses, but no one else was in the room. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But we were on a twin air mattress.
If you would have said that, I would have been like, the liquor.
Yeah.
because liquor will make you sleep with somebody on an air mattress with 18 other people in the room.
Yeah. This guy also had the same name as my father, so we were going through something.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gary. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is gross.
I was like, tell my friends, I was like, no, it's Irish, so it's pronounced Geary. It's Geary. And they're like, bitch, it's Gary. And I was like, no, it's Geary. It's different. And they're like, are you screaming that out loud? I was like, no, I'm not saying anything. And then I was drunk. I was just drunk the whole time I was with that guy.
That's just terrible.
Yeah.
But when I found liquor, it was liquor. Who got a pole in my apartment?
A pole?
A pole.
Like a stripper pole?
Like a stripper pole. I was lit. I'm telling you, it was a party every time. What you want to do?
I love that for you. And I also love that you're sober now.
Oh, right. Me being sober now, people's just like, and it's so crazy because people like, you drink a lot? And I guess maybe that just fit my personality.
Mm-hmm.
But that also tells me a lot too. No one knew when I wasn't drunk.
Yeah. I know. I hear you.
Just fun.
You are fun.
There's that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good time. Well, Aminah, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me on all social media platforms at Aminah Imani. I got a show coming up.
Yeah.
When is this going to be posted?
2 weeks.
Oh, okay. What's 2 weeks? Is that before March 26th?
I think it's on March 26th.
Oh, okay.
What's the show?
I'm just doing it's called the Happy Hour with me. I'm doing a long set at Sesh Comedy, Lower East Side.
Fun.
Yeah,
26.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be out before then.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
if people want to find me, but I'm also on all social media platforms, but that's something I'm plugging and letting people know to come out to.
And it's Aminah Imani on. Am I pronouncing your last name right?
Yeah, Imani.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I mean, because some people say it's all it's
Yeah,
A-M-I, Yeah, you spell it. Y'all know.
Follow her and then go see her live. She's very funny.
Thank you.
And Sesh is a great club, so a win-win.
Yes. I'm excited.
All right. Thank you so much for
having
doing
me.
it. This was so fun.
Yes, it was a good time with gals. Right?
Yes.
Good time gals.
Yeah. We had good time gals.
Yeah.